So it's up to you on what you do with your arms in this child's pose. Maybe we extend the fingertips towards the top of your mat. Maybe we have your arms by your side with your palms facing up, fingertips towards the toes. It's whatever is most comfortable in your body in this moment. So just give yourself a moment to really find your breath here. On every inhale, really try to breathe and expand into your belly. On every exhale, see if you can sit the hips a little closer to the heels, and at the same time, grow a little longer into the sides of your body. Just giving yourself this moment to let go of your day. Let go of your week. Let go of this really long past month. And just breathe. Now, if they're not already, let's start to reach the fingertips towards the top of your mat. Root down through the palms, spread the fingers wide, get even longer into the sidelines of your body here. And then keeping this length, let's take both hands over to the right side of your mat. So just let the body drape over the right leg. Try to think about working the left fingertips a little further over and out so we get really long into the left side of your body. And then just notice if your left shoulder is rolling up here. Try to drop it down. Make sure that we're still trying to connect the left sitting bone towards the left heel. And then while you're here, breathe from the top of the left hip up the sideline of the body and out through the fingertips. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And then very slowly walk the hands back through center. Let's take them over to our left. So again, we're trying to lengthen into the right side of your body here. Really work the right fingertips over and out. Try to drop the right shoulder to the earth. Make sure we're still sitting the hips back to the heels. And really try to breathe into your right ribs. Feeling yourself expand on every inhale. Maybe deepening into that side body on every exhale. And then very slowly come back to center. Take the fingertips a little closer to the top of your mat. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now pressing into the palms on your inhale, bring the shoulders forward over the wrists. Create a nice long line from the knees out through the crown of the head. So come into your modified plank here. Start to build a little bit of strength through the center of the body. Try to engage the low belly. Maybe tuck the hips under to help make that happen. Hug the ribs in. Press the heart away from the floor. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, very slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Hug the elbows in towards the side of the body. Bring the forehead down onto the earth. Now, once you're there, extend the right fingertips to the right side of your mat. So palm is going to be facing down. The arm extends straight. Try to make sure that the fingertips are in line with the right shoulder. And then pressing into the left palm, start to roll onto the right edge of your body. So just very gently working into the front of the right shoulder here. Depending on how the shoulder's feeling, maybe we keep the feet stacked. Maybe we bend into the left leg, bring the sole of the foot behind you. Maybe we bend into both legs, take the hips a little over to your right. So completely up to you. Just take this as deep as the body allows in this moment. And take one more full cycle of breath. And then very slowly make your way back onto the stomach. Bring the palms underneath the shoulders. And then let's switch that out. So this time we'll extend the left fingertips over to our left. Again, palm is facing down, fingertips in line with the shoulder. And then roll onto the left edge of your body. Maybe keeping the legs stacked. Maybe bending into the right leg, taking the sole of the foot behind you. Maybe bending into both. So if you're feeling like you'd like to work a little deeper this evening, start to roll the right shoulder back even further. Let's go one more full cycle of breath. And then very slowly make your way back onto the stomach, extending both legs straight, tops of the feet to the earth. Bring the palms underneath the shoulders. And then get a little stronger through the thighs. Pressing into the palms, take the shoulders down and back along the spine. Lift the head and the heart, come into your cobra. Exhale, forehead to the earth. Inhale, push up to all fours. Exhale, sit the hips back to the heels, come into your child's pose. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now pressing into the palms on your inhale, shoulders forward over the wrists. This time, let's find our tabletop alignment. So just make sure that we have the arms about shoulder width apart, legs are about hip width apart. We're stacking the joints here. So shoulders over the wrists, hips are over the knees. And then find a nice long line through the spine. Extend the crown of the head straight forward. On your inhale, tilt the hips forward, let the belly drop, hug the tips of the shoulder blades in towards the spine so we open and expand through the heart. Then on an exhale, tuck the hips under, start to press into the palms, rounding through the spine, bring the chin to the chest and create some space in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, the belly drops, the heart lifts. Exhale, round through the spine. Now stay here in this cat pose with the round spine. Let's take 3 circles over to our right. So with the round spine, move the ribs to the right edge of your mat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart and the gaze forward, take the ribs over to the left. Then exhale, back through center, chin to the chest. So just 2 more full circles here. Move at your own pace. And then coming back to center, finding that round spine. Let's switch out the direction of our circles. So ribs over to the left. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, take them over to the right. Exhale, back through center, chin to the chest. Let's take 1 more full circle. Move with your breath. And then coming back into your table. This time, let's keep the hips stacked directly over the knees. Start to walk the fingertips towards the top of the mat. So palms are rooted, fingers are spread wide. Keep the arms nice and strong and start to melt the heart through to the earth. So it's either forehead touches down. Maybe you shift the gaze in between the thumbs, chin and chest. Come a little closer to your mat. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now on your next inhale, come back into your modified plank. So this time you may need to move the hands back just a few inches. Make sure we have that nice long line through the front of the body. Stay strong through the center of your body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Elbows hug in towards the side of the body, forehead to the earth. Come back to that strength in your legs. Press down into the tops of the feet. Now, your choice. Pressing into the palms, just lift the head and the heart, find your cobra. Or if you're ready for upward facing dog, take the thumbs in line with the ribs. And on your inhale, lift the entire body up off your mat. Wherever you're at, we're expanding through the collarbone. We're keeping strong through the thighs. So take a deep breath in. On your exhale, take the hips up and back. Come into your downward facing dog. So in this first down dog, give your body some movement. Whatever feels best right now. And then let's start to come back into stillness. Making sure that the arms are about shoulder width apart, legs should be about hip width apart. Make sure the palms are rooted, so check in with the pad of the thumb and the second finger. Make sure that part of the hand is pressing down into the earth. Start to move the head away from the floor so we get longer into the sidelines of the body. Staying strong through the thighs, try to lift the tailbone a little closer to the ceiling, and then maybe see if you can relax the heels a little closer to the earth. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. On your next inhale, shift the gaze in between the thumbs, and as lightly as you can, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Let's come into a forward fold here. So make sure the feet are about hip width apart. Inside edges of the feet are parallel. While you're here, make sure the thighs stay really strong so we don't just dump into the knees. Now, that doesn't mean that they have to be all the way straight. If you'd like to put a small bend into the knees, you're welcome to. Let the upper body hang really heavy. Then you can just let the arms dangle. You can grab onto your elbows. Maybe find a little swaying motion to the left and the right. Completely up to you. Well, if you've opted for that movement, let's settle back into stillness. As long as the shoulders are feeling okay, interlace the fingers at the low back. Let the palms touch, and then start to let the hands come up. Maybe they fall a little over the head here. So while you're here, make sure we haven't shifted all of the weight towards the heels. Bring a little bit more weight towards the toes. Let the head hang really heavy. And then just let gravity help work into the shoulders. Let's go one more breath in. And on your exhale, very slowly lower the hands back down to your mat. So keeping the legs nice and strong, root down through the feet, and then with a nice long spine on your inhale, we'll stand tall, lift the arms high overhead. Exhale, bring your hands together, heart center. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And on your inhale, we'll sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, lead with your heart. Let your head hang heavy at the bottom. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, lifting halfway. So hands can come lightly to the front of the shins or fingertips to the mat. Now on your exhale, bring your palms flat onto the earth. Get strong into the back of the arms. So if we need to bend into the knees, maybe walk the feet back a few inches just to make sure that the palms are rooted. Give yourself a moment to make that adjustment. From here, start to press the mat away, round through the upper back, and then begin to shift some weight into the fingers. So we're getting heavy in the hands, get lighter in the feet. Keeping all of the weight in the hands as lightly as you can, walk your feet back into your plank. So extend the crown of the head straight forward. Create one long line from the heels out through the crown of the head. Now, keep in mind, you always have the option of dropping to the knees in your plank. To build a little bit more strength, keep the knees lifted. Tuck the hips under so the low belly fires up. Extend the crown of the head straight forward. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, shift your weight slightly forward. Now your choice. You can lower all the way to your mat or take it halfway down into Chaturanga. Shoulders in line with your elbows. Inhale, tops of the feet to the earth. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, take the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Now on your next inhale, lift the right leg high, bending into your right leg, stack your hips. So keep the left leg nice and strong. Try to relax the left heel towards the earth, and then see if we can take that right knee a little bit higher. Now, as long as it's feeling okay, we're going to take a circle through the right hip joint. So keep that bend in the right leg. Take the right knee towards the right edge of your mat. Bring the thigh into the belly, and then re-extend the knee towards the ceiling. So take one more full circle moving with your breath. And then meet me back in that three-legged dog with your stacked hips. Now, we're going to take another circle, but we're going to add in some movement here. So shift the gaze in between the thumbs. On your inhale, start to move the shoulders over the wrists. At the same time, take the right knee to the right edge of your mat. Bring the knee in towards the chest, and then pressing back, lift the knee back up towards the ceiling. So you're taking circles through the hip as we move forward and back in and out of plank. So let's try that one more time. On your inhale, shift the gaze forward. Take the right knee to the right edge of the mat. Bring the thigh towards the belly, and then pressing back, lift the knee back towards the sky, three-legged dog. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now let's bring the right knee tight into the chest. Step your right foot all the way through to the top of your mat. However many steps it takes for you to find your alignment here. So we're looking for the front knee to be stacked directly over the ankle. Keep the back heel stacked over the toes. Press down into the left palm, bring the right hand to the right thigh, and start to roll the right shoulder back. So the right shoulder stacks on top of the left. Once your shoulders are stacked, right fingertips extend towards the ceiling. So try to open up through the heart. Now, while we're here, press into the left palm. See if we can take the left ribs underneath the body just a little further. One more breath in. On your exhale, take the right hand down to the outer edge of the right foot. Come a little lighter onto the fingertips so the heart lifts. And then on your exhale, straighten out your right leg. Press the hips up and back. Try to pull the right toes towards the face. Feel like you're dropping the right hip down towards the earth and get really strong into the front of the right. You can start to breathe into the hamstring. Now that left leg's just as strong as the right. Don't worry if the heel's touching or not. On your inhales, think about moving the heart forward, lengthen through the spine. On your exhales, hinge from the hips. Let your body fold over the right leg. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now, staying on the right heels, come up onto the left toes. Walk your hands over to the left edge of your mat and then turn both feet so that they face the edge of your mat. So come into a wide-legged fold here. Make sure the toes are in line with one another. Feet should be parallel or a little turned in. And then just allow the body to fold. So try to put a small arch into the low back so the tailbone lifts. So working into the hamstrings, but hopefully we're also hitting the inner thighs a little bit here. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now let's bring the palms underneath the shoulders, lengthen through the spine, turning back into your lunge, facing the top of the mat. So you should end up with the right leg in front, left leg still nice and strong, heels stacked over the toes. Get strong through the arms as you press the palms down into the mat. And then on your inhale, right foot steps back to meet the left, come into your plank. So let's hold this plank for a moment. Get a little stronger. Try to feel like you're hugging every muscle in towards your bones. Press the back of the knees towards the sky. Pull the top of the hips towards the bottom of the ribs towards the top of the hips, and then press your heart away from the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, shift your weight slightly forward, your choice, all the way or Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, take the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. On your inhale, lift the left leg high, bending into your left leg. Stack your hips here. So we're still pressing the heart back towards the thigh. Right leg strong, right heel relaxes down. Try to take the left knee a little higher. And then let's find those circles. So with the bend in the left leg, take the left knee to the left edge of your mat. Bring the thigh into the belly. Take the knee back up towards the ceiling. So one more full circle. Move with your breath. So meeting back in that three-legged dog. Keep the leg. Shift the gaze in between the thumbs. As we start to move the shoulders forward over the wrist, take the left knee to the left edge of the mat. Then bring the thigh into the chest. Then as we press back, we open back up and stack the hips. So circling into the hips as we move forward. And then we press back into that three-legged dog. And take a deep breath in. On your exhale, bring the left knee tight into the chest. Step your left foot all the way through to the top of your mat. So make whatever adjustments you need here. Back leg's nice and strong. Root down through the right palm, left hand to the left thigh. Start to roll the left shoulder back. Once the left shoulder is stacked on top of the right, left fingertips reach and extend towards the sky. So try to use some of that oblique strength to help you deepen into this twist. One more breath in. And on your exhale, take the left hand down to the outer edge of the left foot. So try to stay light on the fingertips so we don't just collapse onto your front thigh. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, straighten out your left leg. Press the hips up and back. Pull the left toes towards the face. Make sure that we're level and square in the hip. So sometimes that right hip kind of rolls up and back. Try to take it forward and down. Lengthen through the spine. And then on your exhale, find that fold over your left leg. So give yourself 2 more full cycles of breath. Really try to breathe into the left hamstring. Stay strong through the front of the left leg. Now, staying on the left heel, lift up onto the right toes. Start to walk the hands towards the edge of the mat so that we can turn the feet to face the edge of the mat. Come back into your wide-legged folds. So really check in with your thighs here. This one's kind of easy to dump into the knees. Make sure the legs are engaged. And then again, feel like you're tilting the hips forward. Lift the tailbone towards the sky. Shift a little bit more weight towards the toes and just work your way into your fold here. So this time in your fold, if you'd like to work into your shoulders, you always have the option of interlaced the fingers underneath the low back. Just let the hands come up and over. And take a deep breath in. And if you've worked into the shoulders on your exhale, release the grip. Everyone take the palms back underneath the shoulders, lengthen through the spine. Turning back into your lunge, facing the top of the mat. So we have the left leg in front. Make whatever adjustments you need here. Right leg's nice and strong. Press down into the palms, and on your inhale, left foot steps back to meet the right. Come into your plank. So even more strength on this one. Work into that alignment first. Long line from the heels to the crown of the head. Now, while you're here, try to imagine that you're going to hug the thumbs in towards one another. Inner arms hug in, but don't actually let anything move. Now, at the same time, drag the wrists towards the toes. Pull the toes back in towards the wrists. Hug everything in towards your center. Hold for another 3. Squeeze a little tighter on 2. On 1, shift the weight slightly forward, Chaturanga or your option. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, take the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath here. Now on your next inhale, shift the gaze in between the thumbs. Your choice on how you make your way to the top of the mat here. So you can walk it up, jump it up, or float it up. Once you're there, land lightly in your forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Now, in this moment, bring the big toes together. Leave about 1 inch between the heels. On your inhale, stand tall. The arms will lift high overhead. So let's flip the left palm to face the front of your mat. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Stand a little bit taller. Exhale, take your hips to the left and your body over to the right. So make sure we're rolling the left shoulder back here. Spin the heart open. Create a lot of length from the left heel all the way up the side of the body. Now, stay here. I want you to feel like you're going to do a side crunch. So start to pull the bottom of the left hip towards the top of the rib, but fight against yourself by continuing to try to create that length. Now release, use the strength of the left oblique to pull yourself back to center, and then let's switch it out. So right palm faces the top of your mat, left hand grabs the wrist. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, hips to the right, body to the left. So maybe even gently pull on the right wrist with the left hand. Get a little bit more length. Hug the ribs in. Now again, stay in this side bend, but I want you to start to fire up your right obliques. So imagine you're going to bring the ribs and the hips towards one another, but keep lengthening at the same time. Now use the strength of your right oblique to pull yourself back to center. And then on your exhale, just relax your arms by your side. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale, the arms will sweep high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, lifting halfway. Exhale, palms to the earth. Now this time it's your choice on how you make your way back. Downward facing dog. So you can walk the feet back into plank, maybe press right back into down dog. Walk it back or jump it back into plank. Maybe take your flow, moving through a chaturanga. Completely up to you on how we get there. Just make sure that you're moving with your breath. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now on your inhale, lift your right leg high, bending into your right leg, stack your hips again. Heel toward the hip. Left leg's nice and strong. One circle here, right knee to the right edge of your mat. Bring the thigh into the belly. Take the knee back up towards the sky. Now, keep your hips stacked, but extend your right leg straight. Flex into your right foot. Shift the gaze in between the thumbs. On your inhale, start to move the shoulders forward over the wrists. Take the right foot all the way over to your right. Step it lightly to the top of your mat. Once you're there, take the back knee down, untuck the toe, try to move the front of the left hip forward. And then pressing into the left palm, take the right hand to the inner right thigh, let the right knee fall away from the body, and give yourself a little bit of a back bend here. Take the heart up and back. So we're rolling to the outer edge of the right foot as long as that feels okay on your body here. See how much we can open up into the inner thigh on your right leg. One more full cycle of breath. Now, root back down through the sole of the right foot. Heel toe the right foot in so it's directly in line with your hip. Take the right hand to the outer edge of the right foot. Tuck the back toe. Lift your back knee up off the earth. Spin the left heel down. Keep the right hand to the outer edge of the right foot. Start to stack the left shoulder on top of the right. Extend the fingertips towards the sky. So you're welcome to have a block underneath the right hand. Maybe it's fingertips to the earth, whatever you need. Now, try to roll the front of the left hip back. Stack the left hip on top of the right. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, start to straighten out your right leg. Press the hips up and back, finding your Trikonasana. So if we're a little bit tighter, you might need to bring the right hand to the shin. Maybe we keep it closer to the foot. Maybe it stays on the floor. Wherever you're at, try to wrap the right glute underneath the body as you roll the front of the left hip back and really expand through your chest. Now, from here, if it's available to you, I'd like for you to take the right two peace fingers, wrap them around the big toe on the right foot. Imagine that someone's taking the fingertips and pulling the body away from that front leg. So, again, we're engaging the left obliques. Hold for another 3, 2. On 1, come back into your lunge, bending into the right leg, spin onto your left toes, take the hands down to frame the right foot. Pressing into the palms on your inhale, right foot steps back to meet the left, come into your plank. Exhale, shift the weight slightly forward, Chaturanga or whatever you need. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, take the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. On your inhale, lift the left leg high, bending into your left leg. Stack your hips here. Left heel towards the hips, right leg's nice and strong. Keep pressing the heart back. Take 1 circle here. Left knee to the left edge of your mat. Thigh into the belly. Knee up to the sky. Now, once that knee is lifted, extend the left leg straight. Flex into the left foot. Get strong through the left thigh. Shift the gaze in between the thumbs. Start to lift up onto the right toes. As we move the shoulders over the wrists, with that strong left leg, take the left foot over towards the left edge of your mat. Step it all the way up to the top of your mat. So more than likely, that foot's a little bit wider than hip width distance. That's where I want it. Keep it there. The edge of your foot should be about at the edge of your mat. Once you're there, take the back knee down, untuck the back toe. Try to lift the heart. Press the front of the right hip forward. And then root down through the right hand, take the left hand to the inside edge of the left thigh, start to move the knee away from the body, take the heart up and back. So again, let's try to work into the inner left thigh here, keep opening up through the right hip flexor. One more full cycle of breath. Now rooting back down through the sole of the left foot, take the left foot back in line with your left hip. So you'll probably have to heel toe it in just a few steps. From here, tuck your back toe, lift the back knee up off your mat. So right leg's nice and strong. Spin the right heel down, bring some weight into the outer edge of the right foot. Take the left hand to the outside edge of your left foot. Extend the right fingertips towards the sky. So in this moment, right shoulder rolls back, right hip rolls back. And take a deep breath in. On your exhale, begin to extend the left leg straight. My heart's still open towards the side of the mat. The hips are still open. Keep trying to roll the right hip back. Tuck the left hip under. Make any adjustments that you need to here. So if we need to lift a little higher, that's okay. Make sure we're light on the shin if that's where we're at. Wherever we're at, we're starting to engage the obliques. So if it's available to you, take the left two peace fingers, wrap them around the left toes. Now, more often than not, this almost makes us collapse down. So imagine someone from above is grabbing your fingertips and you're pulling away from the toe, but because you have that toe lock, you're stuck. That should help to fire up your obliques on the right side. One more breath in, make sure the thighs are nice and strong. To your lunge, bending into the left leg, spin onto the right toes, take the hands down to frame the left foot. Pressing into the palms on your inhale, left foot steps back to meet the right, come into your plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, take the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. On your next inhale, shift your gaze in between the thumbs. Your choice on how you make your way to the top of the mat here, however you'd like. Let's all meet in a forward fold. Once you're there, let the upper body hang heavy. Let the head relax. Inhale, stand tall, lift the arms high overhead. Exhale, hands together, heart center. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, the arms will sweep high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, palms to the earth. Your choice on how you make your way back. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath here. Now on your inhale, lift the right leg high, bending into your right leg, stack your hips. Give yourself one big circle here. Keep that bend in the leg. Now once the knee re-extends towards the sky, straighten out your left leg, flex into the foot. On your inhale, shift the gaze in between the thumbs. Start to stack the shoulders over the wrists. Stay here. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Start to turn the right toes to face the sky. Right hand extends, find your side plank. If you'd like, you have that option of the toe lock on the right foot. Now always know you can drop to the bottom knee, drop to a forearm, whatever you need. Take a deep breath in. Now from here, option one, drop down to your left knee as you take the right foot to the top of your mat. Option two, work your way into your full splits. So try to take that foot up as high as you can, roll onto the left toes, right foot to the top of your mat, and then sliding forward. I mean, we have happy hour after this. We might as well go huge, right? So you're either in your half splits here, breathing into the back of your right leg, or you've made your way into your full splits. Wherever you're at, give yourself one more full cycle of breath. Now from here, making your way back into your lunge. So wherever you're at, we need to bend into the right leg. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee up off your mat. Pressing into the palms on your inhale, right foot steps back to meet the left, come into your plank. Exhale, move through your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath. On your inhale, lift the left leg high, bending into your left leg, stack your hips. One circle through the hip joint, make it big. Now, once the knee re-extends towards the sky, straighten out your left leg, flex into your left foot. Start to shift the gaze in between the thumbs, lifting up onto the right toes, start to bring the shoulders over the wrists. Now, keep the left leg high, roll to the outer edge of the right foot, start to open up, stack the left hip on top of the right, left fingertips extend towards the sky. Maybe once you're there, you find that toe lock. So wherever you're at, hold for another 3. Push the earth away from you on 2. On 1, start to move that foot towards the head. Take it as close to the top of the mat as you can. Either come into your half splits, right knee touches down, or full splits. So half splits, we're here. Lengthen through the spine. Full splits, we're trying to stack the shoulders over the hips. So there's never a wrong or right here. It's just wherever your body is in this moment. Hold for another 3. 2. And then when you're ready, let's meet back in our lunge. So however you need to get there, bending into the left leg, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Pressing down into the palms on your inhale, left foot steps back to meet the right, find your plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, take the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. And take a deep breath in. Then on your exhale, drop down to your knees, untuck your toes, sit your hips to the heels, bring your forehead to the earth. Come into your child's pose. And just breathe. Start to let every muscle soften. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And then on your inhale, start to stack the shoulders over the hips. Just rolling onto either side. Let's come into a wide-legged fold. So facing the edge of your mat, take the feet away from one another as the legs extend straight. So we've worked into the hamstrings, we've worked into the inner thighs. You may find that you can take this one a little deeper this evening. So move mindfully, but also try to move past that place of comfort. So make sure the toes face the sky, the knees are facing the sky, the legs are nice and strong. Lengthen through the spine, and then as you're ready, find your fold, whatever that looks like for you. So maybe we just take the hands a little bit in front of the hips. Maybe we drop to the forearms. Maybe we take the belly all the way to the earth. It's completely up to you and what your body needs right now. Just make sure you keep coming back to your breath. So on every inhale, lengthen from the base of the spine out through your heart. And on every exhale, that's when we release into the fold. And take a deep breath in. And a long, relaxing breath out. And then when you're ready, start to stack the shoulders over the hips. Let's take both feet to the top of your mat. Keep the legs extended straight in front of you. Flex the toes towards the face. Extend the fingertips towards the toes so the palms face one another. And then just very slowly lower all the way down. And once the shoulders hit, we'll hug both knees tight into your chest. If it feels good, give yourself a little bit of movement here. Rock to the right and the left. Make small circles on the low back. And then keeping the right knee tight into the chest, take the sole of the left foot down to the earth. Take the right ankle to the outside edge of your left thigh. So it should be about in line with the knee. Keep the right knee directly in line with the center of your body. Take the left foot all the way over to the left edge of your mat. And then from here, let both knees fall over to your right. Now, once the knees have dropped to the right, extend the arms all the way overhead. Try to make sure the left shoulder is rooted so the heart is still open towards the sky. Maybe try to press the front of the left hip a little further forward and up. Really work into that left side line and even the front line of your left side. And just one more full cycle of breath. And then very slowly come back to center again. Hug both knees into your chest. Maybe take the hands to the shins. Maybe find a little bit of movement. Whatever you need here. Now keep the left knee tight into the chest. Bring the sole of the right foot down to the earth so we still have a bend in the right leg. Take the left ankle to the outside edge of your right thigh. Walk the right foot to the right edge of your mat and then let both knees fall over to your left. When you're ready, the arms reach and extend behind you. Maybe even try to feel like we're pressing that right hip forward and up. Make sure this is an active stretch. So as we take the right knee down, we're reaching the hands away from the knee. And just one more breath in. And then very slowly return back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Again, maybe taking a moment for movement here. And then just very lightly take the forearms to the top of the shins, maybe grip the hands here and just let the weight of the arms help to bring the thighs in a little closer to the chest. And in this moment, relax through your feet. Soften through your shoulders. And feel yourself breathing into your belly. And if this is where you'd like to stay, you are more than welcome. If you'd like to work your way into a full happy baby, start to flex the feet towards the sky. Take a grip on the outer edges of the feet. Start to pull the knees down towards the earth. Stack the ankles over the knees as much as the body allows. And then make sure we're still trying to drop the tailbone down towards the earth so the low back stays rooted. We're lengthening through the entire spine. And then if it feels good, maybe find a little bit of movement. And sway to the left and the right. Straighten out one or both legs. And take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, take the soles of the feet together. Bring the outer edges of your feet to the mat. And just let your knees drop open like a book. Lengthening through the spine. Find a comfortable place for your arms to rest. And then close your eyes. Bring your attention back to the natural rhythm of your breath. As we work our way into our Shavasana, you are more than welcome to stay right here. You can extend the legs straight so the heels touch down at the top corners of your mat. Arms by your side with your palms facing up, or any variation that your body needs right now. Just find that place where you can allow every muscle to relax. Starting to send waves of relaxation up and down your body. And then just find yourself coming into a sense of complete surrender. And slowly begin to bring awareness back into your body. Just making small movements with the hands and the feet. So maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes. Making small circles with the wrists and the ankles. And then stretching the legs out long, bring the feet together. Point through the toes and extend the arms all the way overhead and just breathe into the entire length of your body. And as you're ready, hug your knees into your chest. And just very slowly roll onto either edge of your body. And once you're there, press into your palms and we'll all meet back in a comfortable seat. And try to keep your eyes closed. And keep your heart open. And on an inhale, we'll sweep the arms high overhead. Exhale, bring the hands together, heart center. Thank you all so much for stepping onto your mat today, for sharing your strength, your grace, and your amazing energy. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. Namaste.